Hello and welcome to the THOMCAST. I'm Thom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. I am just returned from the great and strange and beautiful state of Colorado. I was there for 5 days with my father, and went and did a lot of fun stuff and had a lot of time on the road because it's like an 11-hour trip in an RV to think about stuff. And so last week I told you guys I was going to try and really think about stuff and get some stuff thought about. So I did. So I've got some notes about the stuff that I was thinking about. So first of all, I got a whole page, about a half a page, of layout notes for book 2. This is actually really, really helpful. I was having a really hard time deciding how I was going to integrate things into this book. Now obviously a lot of things I can do just like I did in the first book, but in the first book I had like a chapter cover gallery at the end of the book, and I felt like it was hard to tell sometimes where one chapter ended and another began. Like I still put in chapter end, and I think I put in some blank pages. But now, I've been reading a lot of Hellboy and BPRD, and I really, really like how they do chapter breaks in their graphic novels. So I'm going to do something kind of similar to that, and it actually works out really, really well, because I've got that one, like I did a couple weeks ago, I have that one double-page spread, which needs to make sure that, one page is on the left side, one page is on the right side, and so the chapter, all the pages before it have to be set up based on that. Well, the way that I have this laid out, it's actually going to be really easy. I think it would be boring or hard to describe, so I'm not gonna, but it's good, and it's gonna make it really easy for me to start actually working on these pages and getting them done. So hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll be able to just spend a couple hours charging through pages and getting them ready for print. So that's exciting. I also came up with a couple new ideas for how I want to lay out the subchapters and how I want to lay out the guest art section. It's going to be similar to the old book, but again, it's just really nice to actually have a plan before I just start doing stuff. Also, I just received news this morning that the first piece of guest art is on its way to me. It's finished and it's on its way, and I'm really, really excited to see. Unseen. It's just going to show up in the mail. I'm so excited. In other news, this last week there was the 3-page mini chapter about RJ that was up on the Next 2 site while I was on vacation. I think it went over really well. I like it. So if you guys didn't go to the site in this past week, you should go check it out. The pages are labeled as Easy. That's the name of the subchapter. And it's just 3 pages. You should really give it a read. Again, it happens after chapter 6. I think it's pretty cool. That's just me. In other subchapter news, I did actually get a chance to write out... How many did I do? I think I just did 2. I wrote out 2, and oh, right. That's right. I kind of did 3. So I wrote out 2 for the first time. Trey's going to be coming over today. Hopefully we'll actually work on those a little bit. We'll see. And kind of get them finalized so I can pitch them to artists to see if they want to do them. And then the third one was actually one that Maddie had written like a year or 2 ago, I think. He came up with this really cool idea for a mini chapter, and I was like, this is awesome! But there were a couple things that I needed to change, and there were a couple things where it's like, well, I really like this, but it says something that's maybe a little too deep for this point in the story, or, like it was, so it needed some work, just because of the way that I'm writing the story and I'm telling the story, and I think I got a pretty good solution for it, so I'm really excited to get that rewritten and work with him a little bit more, and then I think that's one that I'm actually going to draw for book 2. So that's book news, which is pretty exciting. Also, I talked about, I wanted to do some thinking about what it is that I do, what's my purpose, what are my goals. I wanted to set some new goals, because my big goal is tell a story, but I pretty much do that all the time. Like, just in posting the comics, I'm telling the story. So I wanted to have some other concrete goals of like, what do I want to do? I got this shirt that says entrepreneur on it. Maybe it'd be cool if I made some money. So I did a lot of brainstorming about that and some things that I can work on and do to try to do that. Anyway, I'm running a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for watching, as always. I hope you guys had a great week last week, and I hope you have a good week in the week to come. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later.